What is good, sheeple, and welcome back to Quackers TV with me, the QTV himself. Emphasis on the QT because I am one. Again, boys and girls, I know it's been a while since you've seen my beautiful dulcet tones, but migraine being a symptom of your illness is usually pretty counterintuitive. Being able to actually do anything YouTube related. Good news though, I should have a new mic coming in the next few weeks, so hopefully I won't sound like a 40-year-old trying to sound like a 12-year-old so I can nonce on little kids. But as you can see, the new derby we're doing this weekend, or well, Sunday and Monday I guess, so not really the weekend, but this Quackers TV, sorry, 3 day feels like a weekend. It's Benfica, it's Sporting Lisbon. First up, Gustavo Asensio. Benfica have got a lot of... They're quite an interesting team. They've got a lot of good young prospects, and then they've got a lot of good older players. There's no mid-range. So that's why we had to do things like this that aren't going to be the most popular. Selling players like PZ, who is the Benfica captain, but he's just not going to fit our age range. And when we can sell PZ and go out and do something like this, I feel like Benfica fans might forgive me. Bernardo Silva, the man who didn't necessarily get a chance at Benfica, rejoins, aiming to break the Bella Gutmann curse. And if you do not know what that is, listen here, boys and girls. About 60 odd years ago, Benfica had a manager, a brilliant manager who led them to 2 back-to-back European trophies. I know, absolutely unbelievable as we sit here on this frozen screen. He asked, some would say reasonably, for a pay rise. They told him to suck out. He stormed out of the club, declaring, "You will not win a European trophy for the next 100 years." And 60 years later, alas, they still have not. So they came to the friendly neighbourhood quack dealer and said, Eusebio even went to this guy's grave and begged for the curse to be lifted. Even the great Eusebio, the most broken card in foot history, couldn't do it. Quackman, please, we need you. And you know me, boys and girls, I like to help people out. When people need help, the Quackers is there. As we sell some more players, but why? Why do we sell these players? To get another Portuguese player in, someone not from the right side of Lisbon, someone from Porto. I know, Porto. Ruben Neves joins in, a real leader, a buck in midfield, who next to big Mateus Henrique... God damn it, I've mixed up Mateus Henrique and Gustavo Asensio. Alright lads, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Let's go and beat myself up, I guess. As you can see, the league, it's not ideal. Europa League was even less ideal. But you know what is not too bad? Some of the players' growth. A lot of growth, might I add, actually, for some players. Maybe not for others, but Junior Tavares moved him from left back to right back, because when you've already got Alex Grimaldo, you don't really need another left back. And up 5 ratings already. You do not mind if you do. Darwin Núñez also up 5 ratings. I know the boy Gopal has been absolutely raving about big Darwin Núñez, absolutely saying I have to get him in. So he might be able to see him reach his fullest potential with a manager who knows a little thing or two about reaching his full potential. Next up, another player you asked me to sign before, Junior Mesteres. With these Portugal teams, it's going to be very similar to Schalke. Portuguese teams, it's going to be very similar to Schalke. A lot of the players I target are going to be younger, but we also need that bit of experience. So Carlos Soler, Junior Mesteres, Ruben Neves and Bernardo Silva, to be fair, they're in that mid-age I spoke about at the beginning. We have a lot of good young players. We needed people in that middle age for when the young players start peaking. We've already got those older players to fill out the rest of the gaps. And as you can see, it ain't looking too bad, is it? Not only that, Copenhagen in the next round. I say it quietly, boys and girls. I think this curse might just be lifted. As we go about looking at the players' growth again, I mean, it's looking very... I mean, for some players it's looking very nice. For players like Everton, Carlos Soler, it's looking like they've been sitting on their arse the entire time, just fiddling with their belly button. But you know, they're good lads, so I guess we let them do it as long as we keep on winning. So we move on to January into next round. We skipped the first round's Europa League because it's the Europa League, and as an Arsenal fan, this is the biggest competition in world football. On to the semis though, and we're about to get one. Looking at this result, 3-1 in the first leg. I told you, boys and girls, this European curse, second season it took me. Jorge Jesus missed out twice in a row, one of Benfica's great managers. Quackers is getting it done second season. We would have been out if Martinez hadn't missed that penalty, but Big Josef knows the way to the man's heart. Getting tense now though, boys, isn't it? Up against Chelsea, big game. We got a big gaffer. Do we have the big players to match it? The players' growth, as I said, looking very tidy, and you know what else looks tidy? Bernardo Silva returning to his boyhood club, the club that threw him to the wolves. He came back in the end, and he ends the curse. We win everything. Hacker de Portugal completed it, mate. Liga NOS? Liga NOS completed it, mate. Europa League completed it, mate. Champions League, it's not on a level. As we all know, the aim of the save is to win the Champions League. This is a good first step. You know what else is a good first step? Our striker being 86 rated after the second season. I don't know what they put in Darwin Núñez's Cheerios, but my god, that's generally the fastest growth I've ever seen from a player. Football is back. The Quack is back. I know you've all missed me. Well, look, I bet Benfica fans have missed this boy too. Ruben Ruru Diaz coming back from Man City, another Benfica export rejoining the club. He holds dearest. Taking that armband. Everton, lazy prick. Not gonna lie, just tired of him. Got him out. Pedro Neto in. Pedro Neto is going to be a rotation option though, because Big Pedrinho, as you can see, whilst Everton was sitting on his arse doing absolutely nothing, Pedrinho was away grinding. He was away scrapping, tapping, not the other one, you dirty-minded pricks are all thinking, and he got up there. So on to December. What are we saying, boys? How are we doing? Well, the league's looking absolutely beautiful, even if Porto are stalking us more than I'd stalk Emma Stone. Champions League looking just as good. Second place, you're thinking, it's not ideal, is it? But then you see Frankfurt came top of the group for Real Madrid and Piemonte Calcio. And guess who got Frankfurt? Guess who got Frankfurt in the round of 16? The friendly neighbourhood Quack dealer does it again, boys. And remember, if you're enjoying the video, sub for Quack. The growth looking absolutely beautiful. Players like Ruben Diaz, Alex Grimaldo, Ruben Neves. You already know about Darwin Núñez. Even bloody David Neres. They're starting to look like Champions League winning caliber players as we go up against Frankfurt in the first round. Let's all just close our eyes and enjoy, because we all know what's coming next. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Bang. 3-1, as I just said. Big Darwin with the brace. Neres with 1-2. Duvan Zapata got his finger out of his ass for a little bit to get one back. Maybe in a way goes awkward, but we're Benfica. We're Quackers TV. We just broke the biggest curse in football history, and we're just going to keep going with it. David Neres gets the goal to confirm our place in the next round against Atletico de Madrid. A team with another Benfica export, because who doesn't want to own a fucking Benfica export, to be honest? How Felix, 1-1 in the first leg. On to the second, looking tight, but it was looking tight, but it just was not quite our night. But it's pretty satisfying seeing this. One loss and one, actually, it's not even satisfying, it's actually really annoying. 1 loss and 1 draw. I really, really want to get 34 wins in one single season. I generally think this team is capable of it. That's what makes it worse. As you can see, the growth's looking absolutely beautiful. Eduardo Quaresma. We stole him from Sporting hoping he'd grow a bit faster than that, but obviously when you don't get the play time, there's not much you can do. But the players that have been playing, they're looking a bit piff, aren't they? They're looking like that girl you see on Tinder and you smack that super like. As you can see though, a lot has happened. A lot of sales are happening. And Pedrinho's release clause has been met, but I ain't falling for this Jose guy shit again. Get him signed up. Next, on to the centre back to replace Big Ferrero Rocher. Yes, we're moving through this quickly because we move at a fast pace here. Vlachodimos, 88 rated.
Hold on. Hey, look at my bank account. Look at my bank account.
Look, I know you're going to think I'm a mug, but it's 340 million. Who's turning down 340 million for a player? You already know who I'm going to sign immediately. Yes, I'm going to immediately go for Joao Felix. I'm sorry, I'm not saying no to 340 million. I'm not a mug. I mean, Simeone might be selling him for 250. Felix will train him to cam. He'll take Bernardo's place immediately. This is the season, boys. I can already feel it. Can you all feel it? In your bones, in your loins. It's just there, isn't it? This is the season where Benfica tell Gutman. I'm not going to disrespect his dead man, so I'm just going to say tell Gutman thanks for winning us 2 European trophies. We're going to win 2 more now. Fuck is this for the kids? Wink. As you can see, the team's looking hella nice. On to January. This is where it gets tense, lads. This is where it gets tense. This is where the pressure starts coming on, because the league, we already know that loss that already winds me up. This is a season where we really could win the Champions League. Liverpool in the first round isn't ideal, but that team, that defence looks mad. That defence is just ludicrously good. The bench is looking very, very strong in itself. Maybe players like Van Dijk, Grimaldo, Diaz, maybe they are reaching their peaks and aren't going to grow too much more. But the rest of them have caught up. They've done exactly what I wanted them to do. And it is because when we reach this moment, we didn't need a team. We needed a squad, boys and girls. And we got it. Liverpool first leg 1-1. Big Gedson Fernandes off the bench exactly proved my point. We need a squad. Liverpool may have the away goal, but we have the heart, the passion, the blood, the 4-0 lead, the sweat, the tears, the Neres brace, the Carlos Solabim Soler brace, and a quarter-final to look forward to against FC Barcelona and Bernardo Silva himself. Big Darwin Núñez with a huge away goal. As you can see, we dominated them. Dominated them. On to the next leg. Place in the semis. And isn't it moments like that that just give you one? I am fully tempted, boys. 1-1 on to Inter Milan. You got to think this is a miracle run right now. Inter Milan, piece of piss. Not even Quackers himself could make that Inter Milan team good. But he'll try. Keep an eye on Eurotrip, boys and girls. It begins again on Tuesday. 4-1. On to the big one now, boys and girls. It's Champions League time. The team is set. The players are ready. I know you're feeling it, aren't you? You're feeling it. You're about to get to see Quackers TV play FIFA again. And I know you've all missed it. I know you've missed my dulcet tones, my violent play style, and my beautiful, beautiful goals. But we're back, boys and girls. Don't you worry, we are back. I don't want to say forever because that's what my dad said to me before he walked out for the 100th time. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Real Madrid, home of the new Ferrero Rocher centre-back. He's hoping to break our dreams. We're hoping to break his kneecaps. Ruben Diaz leads the boys out. A lot of ex-Benfica boys returned for this. Quackers gave them the message. He said, boys, you know that Bella Gutman curse. You saw me break it with Europa League. You know you want to do it. You know you want to go one step better, don't you? Ruben Diaz, Yano Black, Halfix, they all said, yes sir, we do. Yes sir, Bob, we do. You've only sworn once, Quackers. You are a good lad. You're in remission. The not so Galacticos line up there in their white kits that are going to be a bit stained after this one because we're absolutely going to take a shit on their chest. The Benfica boys in that beautiful red. I mean, red is my favourite colour for obvious reasons, being an Arsenal fan. I'm sure red is a pretty popular colour in boys anyway. We are off. Real Madrid, they're off too, but not to the start they'd want. Rodrigo thought he'd gotten away to a dream start, and that linesman raised his flag and turned it into a nightmare. Ho ho ho, lad, watch your run. Watch my chops, because you're going to regret not pulling that one through. You do not give Benfica two twice, as Darwin Núñez finds the gap, finds David Neres, and you know what's already coming, boys. Just look away.
Nope.
We go again. Carlos Soler, How Felix, the young boy, the young buck, finds David Neres, and surely you do not give him two twice. No, sirree, you do not. 1-0 to the Benfica boys. We are absolutely in dreamland. I've taken my headset off, so hopefully now I'll stop shouting down the mic at all of you. Because to be honest, my voice is hella annoying, so I would not want to hear me shouting either. Big David Neres signed in the first season, showing exactly why, as he gets us off to a dreamy start. Real Madrid might have turned into a nightmare, but you best believe your man, he turned on that lucid dream. He got all of those fit fots in that bedroom with him, and he made it 2-0. Ho ho ho! How Felix? Do not mind if I do. How are you gonna absolutely do him like that, Felix? That sounds like a cat commercial. And why is How Felix not the sponsor of Felix the Cat? I'm sorry, how have you not done this? I don't remember which bloody shitty cat brand, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't buy cat food. I have cats, don't feed them, just let them go out and hunt, like a real man does. No fucking vegan cats in my house. Speaking of vegans, they'd never be able to pull this one off. Carlos Soler, you know what I'm gonna say. He used Thunderbolt. Must have been a water typing goal because that shit was super effective. Past Thibaut Courtois the second. Benfica. I can feel the curse lifting, boys and girls. I can feel it lifting. And doesn't it just feel so good? Benfica fans, imagine how this would feel in real life. But remember, this is only the real semi-finals. The next finals, the big one against Sporting Lisbon, will come tomorrow. As you can see, based on that possession stat, it's been on competitor mode because I forgot to turn it off. It's not been fun. You know it is fun though. Not that either. Carlos Soler missed again. Darwin Núñez though finds Pedrinho, whips it into David Neres, makes it 4, and you got to feel for Real Madrid right now because they came in thinking, this is Benfica, they're cursed. This is going to be a piece of piss. How did we get this lucky? There ain't nothing lucky about this. A little trap with the genius time wasting tactic of hoofing it out. Thought maybe we'd go back to his inform, but you know, alas we could not. But alas, what we could do is win the Champions League with big Benfica. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to Portuguese teams, they're probably my favourite. Sporting and Porto fans, feel free to attack me. I'm 6'3", so I'm pretty confident I'd beat up all the 12-year-olds from Portugal who watch me. Probably shouldn't say that when I'm working education. Anyway, as you can see, part 1 of the, I don't even know what I'm going to call this, the Lisbon rebuild was, the Benfica and Sporting Derby even called. It must have a cool name, like, I mean, there's dragons and shit in Portugal, right? What could we call this derby? Derby de Lisboa. That is shite. I'm going to think of a better name for that and I'll get back to you. Halfway there, boys and girls, if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you loved the video, subscribe, and even if you really loved it and you're now set with it, remember, a threesome's always better than a twosome even if I've never experienced one. So make sure to share it with your friends. As you can see, one final look at that absolutely beautiful team. Boys and girls, have a good one. Quackers away.